Now, what I love about Morocco is their cities, a lot of their cities are connected by this train system. So I was able to just take a train for like 12, $20 to each city. So I mapped it out again. This time actually using an Airbnb map. So I wanted to see which route I should go, right? Because now I'm learning a whole new country in these cities. I don't want to go to Marrakesh and then go to Tangier to go back to Fez. So what was the cheapest way for me to get from London into Morocco, which was flying into Fez, and then from Fez I found a hairdresser. She is from Africa. I forgot what country, but she's from Africa, and she's a black skinned African, and she did my hair for like $70. So I got my hair braided. This is the second time I got my hair braided. And actually I wanted it this short, so I'm about to redo my hair this short, because I do my own hair too, but I like to pay people when it's affordable. So that was off topic a little bit. So now I am in Morocco. I land in Fez because that was the cheapest route to go, and I've already mapped out the way that I should go, and it should be Fez. I am going to go down a bit to go to Marrakesh, and then I'm going to go to Casablanca, and then I'm going to go to Tangier. And I'll show the map right here for you guys so you guys can see it, to see what I did. And I took the little trains everywhere, and it was amazing. I was like, oh my gosh, I love Morocco. So Morocco was a place that I got to feed the monkeys. And another thing, with me being ignorant to how this is going to go, I just read the tour that you'll go and you'll be able to see the monkeys. I know that we weren't going to a zoo, but I didn't even give it so much thought about how this is gonna pull up, you guys. When we pulled up, the monkeys were just out and about in this forest. They were just out and about, and they had people like selling us carrots like for $1 that we can like feed the monkeys the carrots. I'll show you a picture, a little bit of that video right there, so you guys can actually see. I love monkeys. I'm a fanatic about monkeys. I really am. I really am. So I was so excited to be able to explore that and to be able to feed those monkeys. And one monkey robbed me of my carrots. I'll show a video right here so you guys can see that. All right, so I finished my travels in Morocco and I go to Spain. Now, mind you, now that I've hit Morocco, it's actually warm weather, because Paris, France was cold in February. Amsterdam was cold in February. London was coolish cold. Like I could probably get away with a sweater and maybe like a light jacket now. And then I finally hit Morocco at the end of February, and it's warm finally. Like it's warm. It's not like hot, but it's warm enough to where I can actually wear short sleeves outside. And now I'm doing my travels through the cities, doing the tours and stuff like that. And so now it's time for me to head to Spain, because it's cheaper for me to go from Spain, which is in Europe, to Egypt, rather than going from Morocco to Egypt. Mind you, I don't mind doing all this traveling because I've never been to any of these countries before, and it's nice for me to see them. On top of that, it was still cheaper than me flying from Miami, Florida to Egypt. So that was the girl math that I was doing. Yes, it's costing me more to do all this, but it was still cheaper than my original route going from Miami, Florida straight to Egypt. So I go to Spain and I book a capsule, a hostel capsule. I'm going to show you guys here if you don't know what that is. And I'm weird like this, you guys. I like to explore different living situations. And I stayed in a capsule, and I was sick with the flu, because mind you, like now I'm in this cold weather, and I don't know if I was always dressing to it. I don't know if I was practicing like good sanitary practices. But anyways, I ended up getting sick, and with the flu at that. So I spent 3 days in Spain, and I was shut in. Like I found me a soup place when I had enough energy to actually get to a place like down the street. One thing I did love about Spain is that because I grew up in Texas, I know a little bit of Spanish, and since I stayed a little bit in Mexico, I was able to speak a little bit of Spanish. So I did love that. I did love that part of it. So now I'm basically shut in Spain, in this hostel, in this capsule that actually shuts, trying to get better, drinking fluids. So I didn't do anything in Spain but eat and sleep and try to get better. So now it's time to hit up Egypt. So I take the flight from Madrid, Spain to Egypt, and I get into Cairo. Again, know nothing about Cairo. The hotel that I booked was off of Airbnb, but it was a hotel. And I land, and that hotel actually organized a ride situation where I just paid them $20, and I got picked up from the airport, and then they took me to the hotel. All of this information will be in the description, also in my blog, with links that you guys can click. So I booked that. Now mind you, I didn't know this. I just knew it was close to Giza pyramids because the pictures on the Airbnb, I didn't know I could walk to the pyramids. I was so close, I could walk there. I think it would take me 10 minutes to walk to the pyramids. That's how close I was. I was like, oh my gosh. And so literally we can go to the rooftop and I would see the pyramids. And I was like, oh my gosh. Now, mind you, they look small to me because I'm so far away. So when I go to these things, I'm like, oh my gosh, these things are huge. I knew nothing about the pyramids. You know, like this isn't something that I was just educated on. Like I started to educate myself about the pyramids once I landed and I was in that hotel. And so I finally tried to go for the tour, but they were like, hey, we close like in 2 hours. And I was like, I don't think that's enough time for me to walk these things. You know, because I didn't even do research on that. So I go back the next day and everything's fine. Like I go there early enough and I'm walking around. I'm just like enjoying it. Got me a little camel ride. And so everything's like good to go. All right, I feel like I've been talking so much. Oh my gosh. So this is my first time doing a long vlog like this. It's a lot of talking. Ooh, the girlies be doing this all the time. It's a lot, y'all. Make sure y'all let me know. Support me in the comments if y'all like for me to tell y'all about my journeys when it comes to traveling, because I'll do more of these. But this is a lot, so I don't want to be wasting my time and y'all don't engage or anything. So, okay, now we're in Egypt. I'm seeing the Giza pyramids, and now it's time for me to get from Cairo to Hurghada, and I take a bus. It was like $10. So I take a bus to get from Cairo to Hurghada, Egypt. It's like a 5-hour ride. So I do that, and now I'm passing by and I'm seeing these blue waters, and I'm just like, oh my gosh, where am I? You know, like, what did I book? Because I didn't do any research other than they need to have good Wi-Fi and I need the place to look clean. That's it. I didn't do any research. Even on the visa information. Excuse me. I didn't even do research on the visa information, you guys. I didn't know the visa was 30 days when I landed until I got to Egypt. Actually, until I got to Hurghada. So two weeks had already passed. So I had joined a couple of Facebook groups to learn more about like the visa process, and then I finally found it out. And so I ended up taking that bus route, seeing all the sights, and I finally landed in Hurghada and fully well. I got well while I was in Cairo, thank God. And now, mind you, it's getting close to the end of my term in school. So now it's crunch time for me to be studying. I had failed one test, and it took me like 3 weeks to study and pass that test again. And then I still had 2 more classes to do. So it's not playtime for me. I need to be studying, not playing, not touring, not doing anything. Because I wasn't doing so much touring from February 6th from while I was traveling to March 24th. So that was a long time where I wasn't even getting my studies in. On top of that, mind you, when I said that I was staying in Florida, like I was barely studying anyways, because I would get off of work and I didn't want to study. Like work was draining me. So I ended up just studying, like, to the point the locals here that live here, like the workers, they were like, you know, like, there's so much stuff to do. There's Elgona, there's Sheraton Street, there's Sherry Street, there's so much for you to see. Because they were getting worried because I would be in this apartment all the time. The only time they would see me come out is to go to the store, to go grocery shopping. So they were like, what is she doing? So I had to let them know, like, I'm studying. Like, I'm not here to turn up and have fun, or I'm here to study, and the only reason why I'm here is because it's expensive in the United States for me to do what I want to do, study full-time, work part-time. So I'm studying, and finally I finished my term. But right before I finished one class, I only had one class left, I went to go explore. Y'all, I went to this beach club, and I was like, this is how it is out here? Like, I spent my first beach club, I think that I spent like $8 total. $2 to get in, $4 for food, $1 for drink. Like, it was crazy. And I was just like, oh yeah. Yeah. I done found paradise. I done accidentally found paradise. I done accidentally booked my second expat experience in my second paradise. Like, Playa del Carmen was a paradise. I just couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that Hurghada was like this. And, like, I know, like, people are like, oh, well, don't be telling everybody. Listen, Europeans are already up on game when it comes to Hurghada. Americans are the ones that are new to Egypt when it comes to exploring, because it's so far away from us, especially, like, living here. The reason why our expat experience is strong in North America and South America, because that's closer to us. Now, it's becoming stronger in Thailand because of the influencers. But, like, North Africa and some places in Africa, like, it's just, Africa is just very foreign to the United States. And now that we have influencers repping and vouching and showing us these places, like, I'm pretty sure, like, give Hurghada a year and you guys are going to know Hurghada. Like, it's not just going to be through me living in Hurghada. You guys are going to know, because you're going to be like, oh, yeah. Hurghada is it. You got to go to Hurghada, because Hurghada is a paradise. It's a true paradise. Like, it's one of the most beautiful waters that I've seen, and it's a true paradise, and it's a cheap paradise. When you can go to a luxury beach club and spend $20 max, that's, and mind you, I wasn't drinking, so probably with drinks it'll probably be like $30-40 max. Like, that's including the entry, that's including the chair, the lounge chair, that's including the towel, that's including the food and the drinks, max. You guys, it's an affordable paradise. It's a beautiful paradise. And so put it on your map for sure. I'm telling you, it's gonna blow up. It's gonna blow up. I've had these braids in too long, you guys. I don't even want to finish taking them out. I really don't. I really want to stop right here, but I gotta get this stuff done. See, this is how short I wanted them to be, and I'm going to redo them, and they're going to be this short. So, all right, so now that I'm living in Hurghada, you guys, that's my expat experience. You see how it was like nothing? I know that I gave you guys a bit of a journey. Everybody doesn't do a bit of a journey into their expat experience, but to make it short, if you want to explore being an expat, if you want to explore moving abroad, and it's your first time moving abroad, what you do is book an Airbnb and test out the waters before you just try to go sign a lease, before you just try to go move there for real. Yes, take care of everything in the United States, because all else fails, if you don't like that country, there's plenty of other countries that you can move to. Check out the visa information too, because that is definitely something that I should have done before. I'll make another video with do's and don'ts, and I'll label it like that, do's and don'ts when moving abroad, so you guys can see. And it'll be just focused on that. It won't be focused on my journey moving to Egypt. Another thing, yes, they speak Arabic, but since I stay in a tourist area, they also speak English. So I am going to start learning some Arabic. First thing that you always want to know are the numbers. These numbers are written differently because they're Arabic numbers. So I learned those numbers immediately because I didn't want somebody to try to like scam me when it comes to like buying stuff. And yeah, get to know the locals, get to know the people wherever you live. So I'll do another video of do's and don'ts, how to survive being an expat are an immigrant moving abroad. Like, definitely I'll do that, and it'll be do's and don'ts. So I actually enjoyed this. Hope that you guys subscribe and follow me. Ask all the questions that you want in the comments. I am someone that responds to comments. I will address your comments because I actually like to get information that way, because what question that you may be asking, 10 other people may have it on their head, and that can help me create another video to address that questions with any answers that I can get. I'm working on a document right now that it's gonna have a move abroad in detail to Egypt. It's gonna be move abroad to Egypt, and it's gonna be I'm gonna do, that's one package that's gonna be $59.99, and then there's gonna be another package that's gonna be like around $149.99, and that's gonna be have all of these top places where it's to move to: Egypt, Thailand, Bali, Mexico, and Colombia. So it's gonna have those 5 places, and it's gonna be a huge packet where you guys can just choose that. I'm telling you, that packet's gonna have everything: your visa process, how to get there, what language they speak, top phrases you need to know, the schools that are there, the doctors that you can use, the dentists that you can use. It's gonna be a nice little packet moving abroad, and that'll just help me financially, other than, you know, being a social media manager. So yeah, this was a great time with you guys. I'm gonna finish taking down my hair, and I hope that you guys enjoy this video in my journey of getting to Egypt and living my best life here. Yeah, okay, so actually, just to add on, I was doing Airbnb, and then one day, like, he upped his prices because of the summertime prices increased. So I just started to look around for something else, and I was catching the bus one day to go into the city to get me some food, and this guy was like, my friend, you know, he has an apartment and it's only $100. And I was like, what? And mind you, I already stay in this apartment complex, so I already know everything about it. So there's nothing, I don't need anything big. And I also like it because it has a microwave. I know one girl was like, can't you just buy a microwave? Girl, I'm not that invested. That's the reason I'm an expat and not an immigrant. Immigrants take their move seriously. I don't. I'm going back to the United States. I'm here just for a long-term stay. So that's why I'm an expat and not an immigrant, because I'm not immigrating here. I'm just here just for a long-term situation. So I'm not investing in no electronics. So in my first apartment, I would just warm everything up on the stovetop, but now I have like a microwave. So I saw the apartment here that I live in now, and I booked it with this man that I've never seen. I gave the money to some lady. I guess she gives it to him, $100, and no lease was signed, nothing. It's just, and that's another thing in here in Egypt. Everything is literally your word. So your word is like gold here. And that's something that we have to learn. I have to unlearn, right? Because in the United States, you don't be trusting people's word. Put it on paper. That's how I know it's real. You know, put it on paper and let us sign, and then you trust that. And then sometimes they don't even abide by that, because now you got to sue them because they didn't abide by the contract. So here it is. I've been paying. This is my 2nd month here. I paid, and I still live here. So I never even met the man. Matter of fact, I don't even think we've talked on the phone. I think. Thank you guys so much for watching my video. Please be sure to subscribe and follow me for more adventures here in Egypt and my travels all over the world. I promise you guys, you won't be disappointed by the content that you guys are going to see from me. Follow Where in the World is Sherry.